Hello, I've been getting a lot of questions about how I did my FM broadcast. And back up here a little bit, you can see what I have. All I have to do is turn this system on and I am live on the air. So how do I do this? How do I get my radio broadcast to vehicles in the parking lot on Sunday? Some of this stuff, some of this equipment, I will have links in the description below so you can find that stuff for you. First of all, of course, any good preacher knows a good mic is important. And so this is just this pulpit mic that we had. It's a really good mic. I enjoy using it, so I grabbed it. Grabbed a boom stand. Most churches would have one. Just a standard music stand. Over here, this is the music stand I used. Most churches will have a music stand, something portable. I was actually broadcasting from my living room window because it was cold out. I chose that spot because we don't have any windows in the church I could stand in front of and people see me. It was cold. I wanted to be inside to stay warm. Everyone was in their vehicles. They could run their engines and stay warm. As it gets warmer outside, I'm planning on being outside on the front porch so people can see me better. So, and then sound goes into this small soundboard here. I got this soundboard as a birthday present last year. I enjoy using it. There's a link in the description below to this exact model. It is the lowest price one on their website. It is currently listed at about $60, just under $60 for this board. It's on sale right now. So check the link in the description below. But then, and this soundboard has all the basic things. Any sound guy will know how to run it. But then I got my main lines out. You can see there your main out. I got two cables plugged in. The reason for that is a left and right system, but it's going to come through a Y splitter, and I'm putting it into this stereo. There are cords available where you don't have to use splitters and stereos and stuff like that. Again, this is just what I had on hand. Check your church, check around what you have available. A lot of the stuff just was sitting in storage here at the church, and I pulled out of storage and put to use. But then the main question is, how do we get to the FM broadcast? This right here is the transmitter. Tiny little thing. I have a link, again, with this particular model. I have a link in the description below to the website. It's walmart.com is where it's currently at. And so how does this transmitter work? It runs on two AAA batteries. We always use the rechargeable batteries. What you're going to want to use, and I don't think I'll be able to zoom. Yeah, it's not getting too clear on here. But every AAA battery is rated for how many milliamp hours, mAh listed. These particular ones are 850. The higher that number, the better. The reason for that is just like any FM radio, which FM radio station, this is an FM radio station. The more watts you are pushing out, the larger the range, and the larger range that people will be able to receive you at. And watts, to figure out your watts, you do your amps times volts, and so 850 times 3 volts, and then converted out comes to 2.55 watts. Most radio stations are in the tens of thousands. This is 2.55. So how far does this signal go? FM is by nature line of sight. So if you have hills or anything like that, that will block it. But because of how short range this is, hills and that type of thing won't make too much a difference. Power lines will affect this. But what I was getting was approximately 500 feet. That's about 1/10 of a mile. It's big enough to cover our parking lot. And then some vehicles that had built-in XM radios have a weakened FM receiver in order to get you to buy the XM subscription. And so they didn't have as much range as a vehicle without the XM radio capabilities. Those without, like I said, had about 500 foot. Those with had about 100 feet, even less than that, in order to get clear signal. So they had to be up close to the house. Everyone else, the rest of the parking lot, people loved it. They heard it great. So why do this? Why do a radio when you can just videotape and post online? The big thing is this gets people coming to the church. And with this, how long this shutdown is going to be going on, some states are on no movement restrictions, and every day it seems like more states are being added to that list. But so right now, as long as here in Kansas we can remain coming to the church, we'll be doing this. Keeps people in habit of at least coming to the church building to hear the sermon, and so they're in that routine. So that's what we're doing. Again, I'll have links in the description below for different cables. If you don't have a stereo sitting around that you can plug into, cables that you'll be able to plug that into, as well as the soundboard. So, and the transmitter itself. So may the Lord bless you guys as you seek to continue to minister to your congregations during this time of, social distancing. And having to be creative in how we serve the Lord. So if I were to turn this thing on right now, I would be live on the air. I'm here in the church. My family over at the house will be able to hear me on the radio if I were to turn this on, but I'm not going to. So that's the system.